What's going on, Aries? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for April 2023. So in this reading, Aries, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for April 2023. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming, and we're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and much more regarding April 2023 for you, Aries. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Aries, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that. But without further ado, I am now going to pull the energy, and we will see what it is that would like to come through for you for April 2023, Aries. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Aries. Two more, Aries, sorry about that. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got going on here for you, Aries. Okay, Aries, so very interesting energy that you have going on here. The first thing that I'm going to say, especially for those of you that are in a relationship, but even for those of you that are single, the first thing that I'm getting from this reading is that in April 2023, there's a big potential of you wasting a lot of your own potential energy on sex addiction. And even if you're single, and this is you just by yourself in a room, or this is if you're single with other people, or if you're in a relationship with your person, not so much addiction, but more so distraction. There's something coming through, Aries, right off the bat, so it is the first thing I'll say, that there's a big potential here for you to distract yourself with sexual pleasure in April 2023. And so that's something that you may want to look at. It may be something that you want to tone down, moderate, and yeah, so that's the first thing I have to say, but let's start this reading off. Your opportunity, Aries, is the Tower, okay? So this is your opportunity for April 2023. So the Tower is all about blowing up a foundation. It's also about letting the universe rock your world, or letting the universe upset you, knowing that the universe has a higher plan for you. So with your opportunity being the Tower here, there could be some sort of thing that happens that you don't see coming that upsets you, especially when it comes to immature behavior involving other people around you. There's something here about someone around you is going to behave extremely immature in April, and that's going to upset you, but that opportunity leads you to rebuild some sort of foundation in your life, potentially on your own. We'll see what it's about in a moment. Now, when it comes to your challenge, we have the Two of Swords upright. So the Two of Swords is your challenge. For a lot of you, you're in denial about something here, and I do feel that it's related to some sort of foundation in your life, with the Tower being here as your opportunity. So we're going to see why the Two of Swords is your challenge. There may be something that you don't want to look at. It also, I mean, the main thing here, besides denial, is that many of you, it's going to be hard for you to say no to things. For those of you that are single here, I'm telling you, Aries, I hope you're paying attention, there's going to be so much opportunity for you, basically, I'm just going to say it how I'm getting it, to have a bunch of one-night stands if you're single and that's something that you do. But I'm telling you, even if it's not something you usually do, there seems to be an offer that's very hard to refuse, but the offer is nothing grounded, and it's something that's going to be fleeting and leave you more so feeling empty. So your challenge is to say no to something, but on the other hand, it seems like your challenge is you're also in denial about something. We're going to see what it is in a moment. When it comes to your overall general energy, Aries, for April 2023, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we also have the High Priestess here as your overall general energy, Aries. So you see there's a splitting. One knight's going one way, the other knight's going the other way, and you also have the High Priestess here. So I feel like there's a little bit of a, like, you have mixed emotions about something in April 2023, Aries. This is coming through as mixed emotions. On the one hand, it's like you want everything to happen fast. On the other hand, you know what you should be doing that's going to lead to like lasting happiness. So there seems to be a dilemma between instant pleasure and lasting happiness in April 2023 for you. That seems to be a theme. Now you do have the High Priestess here in your overall general energy, and this is coming through as like there is some sort of mystery that's being unraveled when it comes to the own saga of your own personal life. And the reason many of you are not being disciplined, or the reason many of you are not going to be able to like basically be very mature in the way that you know you need to be in April 2023 is because there's not really a clear picture about where your life is going or who you're going to end up with or something like that. So just be aware of that. I don't know if you can hear it, but my phone is ringing. We're just going to ignore that. I usually have it on airplane mode. But yeah, so there seems to be a dilemma of discipline versus wanting it now and kind of falling off the rail a little bit. So let's go ahead and go to what you don't see coming here, Aries. And what you don't see coming, you have the Star upright, you have the Page of Cups, and you also have the Five of Cups here, Aries, when it comes to your overall general energy for April 2023. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag here. I do feel there's a lot of opportunity for healing for you in what you don't see coming with this Star. You do have the Page of Cups here and the Five of Cups as well. Sorry, the phone just distracted me. I'm going to be honest with you for a second. You do have the Five of Cups and the Page of Cups here when it comes to what you don't see coming. So this is what I was referring to you around. Someone around you is being very immature. And it's going to cause you a little bit of sadness here. Now, for some of you here, Aries, this is going to be your own immaturity that comes back to bite you, like by mid-April, late April. There could be something, a little bit of a deal with the devil that you're making. I don't mean that literally, but what I mean is, like, for those of you that are very loose with your energy, that are not disciplined in April 2023, it's going to come back to bite you, because I do feel that April, especially for the sign of Aries, right now until like mid-May, it's a great time to promote yourself. It's a great time to get publicity and make a lot of money. And it's almost like you know that path is right in front of you if you just do what you know you need. It's just about commitment, showing up, doing what you know you need to do. But as the energy reads right now, it seems like there's going to be some sort of immature energy around you that you can't say no to. This is coming through in two different ways. For some of you that are single out there, it's you being a little bit too loose with your energy, not being able to say no to an offer. For those of you in a relationship, or for those of you in a weird, very committed situation, there's something about someone is being very immature around you, but it's going to be very hard for you to walk away from this person for whatever reason. There may be a soul contract there may be trauma bonding, there may be some reason, but I do sense there's a very immature person around you that for some reason you just can't walk away from in order to save your life. And there may be a deeper reason for that, but we'll see when we start to clarify. But when it comes to your advice here, Aries, you have the Sun, you have the Seven of Wands, and you also have the Ten of Swords here when it comes to your advice from Spirit. So clearly, I feel like Spirit is advising you to put up a boundary and end something. Put up a boundary and end something. Whatever this has to do with, it clearly is linked to this Tower as your opportunity here, Aries. And whatever, if you're going to end something, it may happen very quick, and that could be the opportunity. You know, the Ten of Swords here and the Seven of Wands when it comes to your opportunity, definitely around some sort of immature energy around you. I feel like you'd be better off in your own energy. You do have the Sun here as well in your advice. So with the Sun being here in your advice here, Aries, I feel like deep down you know what you need to do to be happy, but for some reason many of you are in denial about it. It's either you're in denial because it's going to shake up your life so much, ending a relationship, quitting that drug, quitting this routine, whatever it is for you. But for some reason, either you're in denial about it, or it's very hard for you to let it go, or it's very hard for you to say no to something new, especially for those singles. So this reading, it seems like there's a lot of temptation. You know, a lot of temptation to slip into lower states of consciousness, or just more, not even lower, but like immature states of consciousness, if that makes sense. So with that being said, Aries, let's go ahead and clarify why the Tower is your opportunity. All right, why is the Tower? And yeah, so before I start clarifying, I'm getting this visual and I have to share it with you. It's almost like you have two lifelines available to you right now, Aries. One is like basically a deal with the devil. You see how the Knight of Swords is running right into that Tower? It's fast pleasure that leads to destruction later. It's becoming, you know, it's all about getting pleasure now and being like, oh, I'll just deal with the consequences of that later. On the other path here, you have the Knight of Pentacles running right into that High Priestess. So you have all this hard work that you're meant to put in, the discipline, and you know it's leading to something better, but you don't actually know what it leads to. When it comes to this other lifeline that you're on, the immediate pleasure, the hard thing to say no to, the immature person that it's very hard to leave behind, you at least know what you're going to get in that, and that's immediate pleasure up front. So just be aware of that. Let's go ahead and see why the Tower is your opportunity for April 2023, Aries. The Tower is your opportunity. It's very complicated. You have the Tower in reverse, and you also have the Sun upright. You also have the Two of Wands, and you also have the Seven of Swords in reverse here when it comes to your opportunity, Aries. And so with this being said, I feel like there's something in your life that you know is no longer bringing you happiness, and it needs to come to an end. The problem is that for some sort of reason, it's very hard for you to strategize to actually make a change, right? Your opportunity with the Two of Wands being here, the Seven of Wands in reverse here, I would say stop fighting. There's someone around you who wants to keep fighting with you or something. Whoever this Page of Cups is and the Five of Cups right next to that and what you don't see coming, it's almost like you keep fighting and then you make up. Like the energy, like what I'm trying to say is there's some sort of like bipolar energy around you, like constantly fighting and then constantly making up. For those of you in a committed relationship, even for those of you that are single, there's like this energy of, I'm gonna get my life together, oh, I'm gonna slip back into addiction, I'm gonna do this, oh no, I'm gonna do that. And so there's more of like, it's just a tough spot you're in for some sort of reason here. I don't think you're gonna have a bad month at all. I just want to make that clear. I'm just more so reading into the nuances. Let's see why the Two of Swords is here upright in your challenge, Aries. Why is the Two of Swords upright in your challenge? So something starting, ending, and it's like very, let's see. The Two of Swords in your challenge is clarified by the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Page of Swords in reverse, and also the World card upright in your challenge. So some of you, I'm just getting this, especially for those of you that are single, there's a potential here that you basically move in or you set up shop with a stranger, someone who's not meant to be in your life here. The Ace of Wands in reverse is coming through as like some sort of promiscuous sexual activity that you're not meant to be doing, but it's very hard for you to say no to. If you're in a committed relationship, this could look like constantly having sex with your partner in order to avoid daily responsibilities. If you're single, this could have to do with a lot of new opportunities in that way that simply you're not thinking through, right? You have the Page of Swords in reverse as your challenge, so you're not getting the proper information. And for a lot of you here, you also have the World card here when it comes to your challenge. So you're meant for an upgrade. You're also at the, clearly with the Ten of Swords in your advice and the Tower twice in your opportunity, you're coming to an end of a cycle, but many of you are not going to treat it that way. And so it's like, yeah, it's an intense energy for you. Let's go ahead and move on to your overall general energy. I'm interested in why this High Priestess is here. Let's go ahead and see. Why is the High Priestess here? The High Priestess is clarified by the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is what you don't see coming, and also the Nine of Cups upright. Yeah, there's something here about immediate pleasure that's going to really, like, you know, it's coming from the wrong place here. The Queen of Wands upright can be someone who's inspired, can be someone who's sexually in their energy in a healthy way. In reverse here, I feel like there's something about excess that's going to leave you feeling very empty. So for those of you that are going to put up with a negative person, you're putting up with an immature person, it's almost like you're going to constantly be drained, you know, and you know this. The thing about the High Priestess is, like, you have an intuition about where your life is going, but when it comes to, like, being rational, or when it comes to the facts, you know, the Page of Swords has to do with, it does have to do with being very rational, and because it's in reverse in your challenge when it comes to the Two of Swords upright in your challenge, and all that with the High Priestess, it's like intuitively you know what you need to do, but when you go to the fact in your brain, they're like, well, there's no reason for me to not do this because I don't even know where my life is going. And so it's a very hard month for you to be disciplined, but it's also a big opportunity for you to make a lot of money this month if you are disciplined. I'm telling you that. So let's see why the Page of Cups is here in your challenge, because I feel like this is an influence of, it's either your own energy. If you're single, if you're with someone, it's their energy. You have the Nine of Pentacles popping out. Let's see. Page of Cups is clarified by the Magician in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, and also the Three of Wands. Yeah, this is a lot of wasted potential happening here, Aries, with a lot of fun that's a little bit excessive here. This isn't what you don't see coming. There's a lot of potential, like I said, to promote yourself, to market yourself, to ask for that promotion this month. But if you're just going to waste all your energy away, it's going to be wasted potential with that Magician in reverse. There also is something about whether you're dealing with just a straight up toxic person and you can't walk away from them for some sort of reason, or if you're single and you're kind of be going around and sharing your energy with a bunch of people, or even if it's just one person in April, that's very lustful and it has no substance, it has no root, then what I am getting is you're going to be taking on a lot of negative energy. Like when you have sex, because I just feel like that's what's going on here for a lot of you, I have to say it, you're going to know if this is not for you, but for most of you, if you have sex with like a random person or someone that you barely even know, you have no idea what type of energy you're taking on. And I'm not here to say that it's bad or that you shouldn't even do it. I'm just saying you need to understand the consequences of that. And with the Two of Swords and the Ace of Wands in reverse, some of you just think you can do whatever you want without any consequence. I'm not saying I'm not even saying anything bad's going to happen. I'm just saying there's a trade-off that it looks like you need to be aware of. And part of that trade-off leads you feeling empty. You know, I don't care what this is. This could be an addiction to something, some sort of immature addiction that you're struggling with in what you don't see coming, Aries. And what you don't want to do is feel empty, you know. And there's two different types of, like, empty that you could be feeling. The one empty is a noble emptiness, and it's the emptiness that comes when you cut things out of your life that you know you're meant to cut out, whether this is this toxic person or some sort of addiction. You feel empty, but it's like, you know what? I have my dignity intact. I have my pride intact. The other empty is where you waste all your energy on some sort of thing that then it's basically immediate pleasure up front, which could lead for a very happy April, but then by the time the summer comes around, you're going to be in a more compromised position. It's just what I'm getting, honestly. So let's go ahead and move here to your advice from Spirit for April 2023, and let's go ahead and see why the Seven of Wands is here. All right, why is the Seven of Wands here for you, Aries, in your advice from Spirit for April 2023? Let's see. Well, hold on. Why is the Seven of Wands here for you? Seven of Wands in your advice is clarified by the Hermit, the Six of Wands in reverse, and also the Three of Pentacles in reverse here, Aries. So with this energy, yeah, this is an energy where your career could take a hit this month. Any sort of productivity or work or some sort of thing. If you don't set this boundary with this immature individual, or if you don't say no to the things that you know are kind of just instant pleasure, then I think your reputation could even take a hit here, Aries. There is something about that. And not even your reputation with other people so much as, like, it could be with other people, but with yourself as well. You also have the Hermit here when it comes to your advice to the Seven of Wands. So clearly there's something that you're meant to put a wall up and just say, bye, I'm over here, you're over there. Because if you don't do that, what I'm getting is a hit to your career endeavors, a hit to your public image or the way that you make money or somehow. Because once again, I'm telling you, if you can be disciplined, you can make a lot of money right now until the middle of May or even into the late of May. But if you don't and you waste that, then you're going to be scrambling by the time like May comes around, and you're going to wish you had put in the work, and then you could have some fun when that comes around. But it's like, let's also just see why the Sun is here. Why is the Sun here for Aries in your advice for April 2023? The Sun in your advice is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Seven of Cups in reverse, and also the Five of Pentacles upright. Whatever sort of like immediate pleasure that you're seeking in April 2023, it's really going to lead you to a really weird place, where you may be compromised and you may not have a lot of choices at your available. Like, it may compromise your freedom. It may compromise your ability to move around and like have autonomy. So I would be very careful about like what you think is going to make you happy versus what is going to make you happy long term. So it seems like it's going to be a little bit of an all over the place, crazy month as the energy stands right now. But there is another path for you, Aries. There is a path of maturity, of tempering your desires down, knowing that that's going to actually make you happy in the long run. And I'm not saying that you have to become a nun. I'm just saying please don't overdo it in April, because you will end up in trouble if you overdo it and you go into excess. So with that being said, I hope that this reading resonated with you, and I will talk to you next time, Aries.